Let's go. We got to go. We got a class to start. Let's begin. Welcome, everyone. Very special week. It's Falls Prevention Awareness Week. And so we have a really nice little gesture here that I'm going to give. I'm going to give 2 shirts away. And since there's only 2 people in class that don't have shirts, I was going to do a trivia. But what's the point? Yesterday I did a trivia and I asked can you name 3 of the 4 pillars in Balance University? And I forgot they're on my shirt. So the people in the front row, strength, posture, flexibility. And I was like, oh man, that was quick. Yeah. And then I walk up to give the shirt and she goes, it's on your shirt. So 4 pillars: strength, posture, flexibility, and balance. You must have all 4 of those pillars. In other words, you must address those in order to effectively prevent falls, okay? Falls are not a natural part of aging. Don't let anyone tell you that they are. These are for you, ladies. Thank you very much for coming to class. This is also a chance for me to thank you. Guys, you know the story. My demographic obviously is senior, so when COVID hit, that was a big hit to us. We're coming back. We're not quite whole yet, but boy, we're well on our way. So I do want to thank you. Your presence here is not lost on me. I'm not taking it for granted. I appreciate it very much, the support you give online, in class. So I just want to take a moment here to thank you guys and tell you how much I appreciate it. Because of you, I have the ability to sit down at my desk and research this stuff and go through it and comb through what is important to us. For example, 67% of falls do not happen from a height, but rather when individuals slip or trip. Isolation due to the pandemic increases the likelihood of a fall-related injury. So, we talk about isolation, depression, how that impacts the brain. We've discussed that. It's not good. People fall. They fall into that myth that I'm going to move less. Move less means they're isolated. We don't want that. Got to go the opposite direction. If you don't use it, what happens? You lose it. That's right. And that goes, I'm talking specifically about leg strength. Leg strength is gold. Every year, 37.3 million falls worldwide result in serious injuries that need medical treatment. And someone dies from a fall every 19 minutes, and every 11 seconds someone is treated in the ER for a fall-related injury. I have this graph here. I know it might be hard for some of you to see, but I have this graph here that shows age and falls. So as we get older, you see that fall starts to increase. That line is indicating an increase in frequency in falls as we get older. We know at home that's where most falls occur. But where? Where do you think most falls occur? Living room, bathroom, kitchen? Bathroom. So here's an interesting study. This particular study found that 25% of unintended falls occur in the bedroom. 23% will round up occur on stairs in the home. 23% in the bathroom. I think that's a little bit higher, but according to their parameters, that's what these guys came up with. And then 7% of falls occur in the kitchen or dining room. And I found a pretty neat little article. I just want to read real quick what happened. So, Errol Vickers was accustomed to taking his Shepherd Boxer something else mix for strolls on the beach or around the neighborhood. A few years ago, he started to experience problems staying upright. Another dog would come toward us. Every single time I'd end up on the ground. So his dog's pulling him to the ground. He's 69, retired electrical engineer. Quote, it seemed like I was falling every other month. It was kind of crazy, end quote. Most tumbles did no serious damage, but one time he fell backwards and hit his head on a wall behind him. Didn't think he had a concussion, but it's not something he wants to do every day. Another time, trying to break a fall, he broke 2 bones in his left hand. So, in 2022, he told the oncologist who had been treating him for prostate cancer that he wanted to stop the cancer drug he had been taking off and on for 4 years. Among the drug's listed side effects are higher rates of falls and fractures among patients who took it, as compared to those to a placebo. Now, public health experts have warned of the perils of falls for older people for decades. In 2023, the most recent year of data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 41,000 Americans over 65 died from falls. That's the most recent data we have. And like I just said, falls are not a natural part of aging, but the things we need to address tie back to that strength, posture, flexibility, and balance. But first thing we need to do is we need to test your balance. So let's go ahead and stand and go behind your chair. That's 2 weeks in a row on that segue, right? That's not bad. It's not bad.